Hey guys, good morning. It is Friday here in Washington, and we are on our way down to the White House. We're also going to stop in GW, see if they're doing anything like fighting with cops or anything like that. But before we get there, we're going to cut through the National Cathedral because it is the flower market. This is sort of like a traditional English countryside May festival where they have people come out, artists and stuff, selling things, selling flowers, selling toys, jewelry, and having games. And it's a huge, huge event that goes on every year here in the National Cathedral. And this goes on every year. Stained glass, that's kind of cool. Prints. And of course, well, flowers. Lots and lots of flowers for sale. And plants. Then they have musicians come out and play. They have lots of restaurants bring their food trucks out here. These are bonsai plants. Cool. More flowers. Food trucks. What's that food truck? That's pizza. I saw that one when I was taking my kids to school. Shoes, jewelry. But if you're in DC this weekend, this is like a huge event. You come up to the National Cathedral, and it's going on Saturday and Sunday. Ooh, ice cream. Hats. I need a hat. Not like that though. Floral exhibit inside the cathedral. Ooh, pretzel strudel. Lobster rolls. Lobster rolls are like the big seller here. Everybody wants a lobster roll. Almonds. Then back here they have the games and stuff. That's windy. I have to get the microphone out. Mexican street corn. It's like grilled corn. There's a street organ grinder with dancing monkeys. Oh, Rocklands. Oh, hell yeah. Get some Rocklands. Don't even have to go to the store. Oh, there's a line though. Boy, it's sold out of everything. Ooh. Oh, the crepe man. My kids came and got crepes this morning, they said. More crepes. What's this? Cupcakes? Oh yeah, cookies and cakes. Man, those are insane. Look at those cakes. Chocolate espresso hazelnut. I don't even know what those are. Pie, hand pies. Ghana Boraga. Asian grill. Oh, this is what my son called and said, Dad, I need a new tie because he spilled chicken skewers all over his tie this morning. Now I understand why I had to run him a tie, because he went there for breakfast. Oh well. Oh, they got the merry-go-round. Excuse me. More arts and crafts stuff. Oh, and the bouncy castles. When my kids were younger, they used to like go to the bouncy castle and spend all my money. Now they've realized they can spend the money on food.
It just has no shade. He has the black. Oh.
Bouncy Castle Land. More slides. Oh, popcorn. And a climbing wall. That's kind of cool. Popcorn smells good. Oh, cornhole tournament. Just like England, cornhole tournaments. What's that? let's make our way out of here and head downtown to the White House. I'm gonna walk down Embassy Row after this, I think. Yep, candy cane. Oh, cotton candy. More bouncy pits. Anyway, guys, this is going on all weekend, Saturday and Sunday down here at the National Cathedral. So if you're in the DC area, you can swing down here. I, on the other hand, I've got work to do. We got to go downtown. I don't feel like driving today, so we're going to walk downtown. We're going to go old school like I used to, and we're going to walk you all the way down to the White House. It's about 2 or 3 miles. Take me about an hour or so. But we'll get down there, and we'll show you some cool stuff on the way. Okay, guys, we are over on Massachusetts Avenue now. That's the Iraqi ambassador's house over there. And right next to it is this Buddhist center, but next to that, I believe, is the Cape Verde Islands. That's the embassy of Cape Verde. I want to say that they actually share the embassy with another country, but I'm not sure. Let's just keep making our way down Mass Avenue, and we'll see a lot more embassies as we make our way downtown. Over there, that is the Hoyrick Beer Baron Son's mansion. So there was a brewery back about 100 years ago called the Hoyrick Brewery. It was like almost the largest employer in DC. And he made his massive fortune selling beer. His son became an artist and built that house, sort of a mission-style home up here on Embassy Row. The owner is a big Democrat. They put up all sorts of Biden-Harris stuff in their yard every election cycle. So that's why you see that sign. This house, I don't know who owns this. I think it's privately owned. It's pretty funky. It also looks pretty empty. Squirrels taking over. And then up over on my right, that is the U.S. Naval Observatory, the Vice President's residence. So Kamala Harris lives just back up over through those trees. I don't think we can see it right now because of all the foliage. It's kind of a mess. And over here is the Norwegian ambassador's home. And it also has a chancery in the back where they do a lot of paperwork for the embassy. Oh, there's the VP's house. Let me just see if I can zoom in through the trees. You still can't really see it. But it's right there between that gap in the trees, that white space that you see. There it is. That's the VP's mansion. Now that over there is Princess, or I don't know what they called her, the Crown Princess Martha of Norway. And she escaped the Nazis when they invaded Norway. She was Swedish, actually, so she went to Sweden. But then she came to the United States with her son, a guy named Harold, who is currently the king of Norway, King Harold. They escaped to Washington, D.C. They lived here and rallied Allied support for Norway. I should note, though, she was a favorite of FDR. FDR was so smitten with her. There's always these rumors about the two of them. There was a PBS show called Atlantic Crossing, I think. It was about all those rumors and whether or not they had an affair or something like that. Anyway, interesting side note. That is basically the Vatican's embassy. It has this incredibly complicated name, but in basic, it functions as the embassy of the Vatican. And it is next to the Finnish embassy, the embassy of Finland, the happiest country in the world, so they say. They've got a great little library out here. You can get all these like Scandinavian crime fiction books for free out in this library sometimes. I grabbed a couple for my kids once, but it scared them. What's it called? Scandi Noir books and writing. Let's see what they got today. Boring books, mostly in Finnish. Nothing exciting. All right. That's the Finland embassy. All right, let's make our way around Observatory Circle, which is quite a hike, and down towards the next embassies along Embassy Row. Maybe we'll find a bike. That'd be good. Okay, sweet. Somebody left a bike for us. We can just rent it right off the street and coast down the rest of this hill to the White House. That'd be cool. Okay, we're on a bike as we swing down past the British Embassy. Now this weekend and next weekend is Embassy Open House. Tomorrow are non-EU embassies, and England is no longer in the EU, so tomorrow the British Embassy will be open. And you can tour around all these embassies, yeah? They just have the open doors. Some of them even have free food. This is the South African Embassy on my left. Over there is the Bolivian Embassy. They put on quite a do. They have like dancers and everything like that, lots of food. Should be pretty cool. This over here is the former Iranian Embassy. It is unoccupied right now because, well, we don't really recognize the Iranian government. And they kind of haven't given us our embassy. This is the former Iranian ambassador's house. Both of these are being held by the State Department in trust. Should there ever become a government that we get along with a little better, they can have the embassies back. That over there is the Brazilian ambassador's house, and back behind it is the Italian. The Italian embassy is up over there. Also up that street is Sri Lanka, the Polish ambassador, and Hillary Clinton's place, yeah? Oh, and the Danes. The Danish embassy is at the end of that road down there. It's kind of a dead-end road filled with important houses. All right, let's cut over Rock Creek here. So this is Rock Creek Park. We had a jumper here 3 days ago. He jumped off the bridge and ended up in the creek. I don't know how he survived. The fire department hasn't really given many details. They don't really give you a lot of details about suicides. They don't really want people to do it, so. Anyway, Rock Creek is gorgeous. Beautiful park. Let's continue down this way past some more embassies. Getting windy again. This is the Washington Islamic Center. It's basically a mosque, I think. They're calling prayers right now.
As human beings, when we do not comply.
Excuse me. Yeah, so someone is speaking inside, and they've got it set up because it's pretty crowded here. This is Belize. This little embassy right here on the left with the flag. That's Belize. I think that's Belize. Yeah, Embassy of Belize. Then the Turkish embassy is over here. It's quite large. Over there is like the Indian consulate. It's not the Indian embassy, it's like their consulate chancery. And then that's the Japanese embassy over there. Lots of cherry blossoms in front of there. Who else do we have down here? We have a car on the way, that's what we have. So there's more of the Japanese embassy in the back, the old section. This beautiful house here, this was owned by Bill Casey, who was Reagan's CIA director, while Bill Casey. He lived there when he was CIA director. He used to work on Wall Street, so he had made a bit of cash before he went into government service. I think he was the Secretary of the Treasury too, under like Nixon or Ford or something like that. I'm not sure. He had some role in the Treasury. This is the Venezuelan ambassador's house, currently unoccupied because, again, we don't really get along with the Venezuelan government. That is the South Korean embassy because, well, we don't have a North Korean embassy. This is, I think, the Marshall Islands, or the Federated States of Micronesia, one of those little Pacific Trust territories. This is an embassy been under renovation. Actually, it might be open now. It's Embassy of Zambia. Nope, it's still being renovated. Who else do we have over here? I think we've got the Embassy of Chad here on my left. And the Ivory Coast, yeah, that's the Cote d'Ivoire over there. Let's go up this street. Yeah, we'll cut up the street. There's less traffic. Not as many embassies, but less traffic. This is the Dutch ambassador, the Embassy of the Netherlands. Their ambassador lives in this little house here on the left. And then the Pakistani ambassador lives here. And then, what's this one? Mauritius. Their ambassador is there. And then this is the Woodrow Wilson house. That's where Woodrow Wilson lived after he was president. And then this monstrous place here stretches from the right to the left is Jeff Bezos' Washington, D.C. home. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon.com. This was Hoover's house. Now the Embassy of Myanmar. This used to be the Irish ambassador's residence, but then he moved. I don't know where he is now. I don't know who lives here. Don't think anyone. Oh, speed bump. This is the Embassy of Laos, one of the poorest countries in Asia. And let's just keep going into DuPont Circle. I just put my foot down too. And then the light changed. Oh well. Let's cut down. Let's cut down into the Foggy Bottom area. I'm kind of hungry. I haven't had anything to eat today. This is our street, right? Yeah. And down over here is a White House. It's interesting that it's white because it was kind of a White House. This White House here on the right was FDR's home when he was the Deputy Secretary of the Navy back in, what is the 1920s, 1910s? Yeah, 1916 to 1920, Franklin Delano Roosevelt's home. He then, of course, went on to occupy the White House. Let's cut down the street. Who is this? This is Bulgaria, the Bulgarian embassy. And that's Sierra Leone, judging from the flag. I think that's Sierra Leone. And this is Estonia. They just renovated their embassy, but now they're back in occupation of the embassy. And over there, I think, is Luxembourg. I think that's Luxembourg. They're open next week because they're in the EU. Let's keep going. Now, up on the right is a private condominium complex, the one with the funky glass. That's where Kamala Harris lived when she was a senator. And she actually lived there, about a day or two as vice president before Secret Service said, no, this is just not a secure building. We cannot have you live here. They moved her into Blair House while the vice president's house was being renovated. My left is the Ritz-Carlton residence. Yeah, pretty posh. So we're gonna ride into this car that's turning in front of us. And we made it. And we're gonna go into Washington Park, Washington Circle, which is here at the edge of George Washington's campus, because I think there's been some vandalism on the George Washington statue up here. Let's go check it out. Well, it looks like the Park Service was on the ball here. You can just make out Free Gaza on the side in the limestone or marble or whatever that is. But looks like it has been pressure washed off the statue of George Washington. This is not the statue that Lorraine Boebert was, Boebert. I just say it too fast, you guys think I say Bobbert. It's Boebert. Congresswoman Boebert was complaining about the statue of GW on the campus, not the George Washington statue down here. Let's make our way over to campus, which is just off on my right here. Oh wow, that restaurant's already opened. Wine and Dine. Fancy name. So that building you see over there, that gray building, that's called Europa House or Europe House. That's basically the embassy of the European Union. All right, they represent the European Union's interests in Washington, D.C. It's just down here by the World Bank and the IMF, all part of the international community of D.C. 60 Vines, that's the name of the new restaurant. All right, let's cut down here. All right, so we are down on the campus now. And you can see the blockade continues on H Street. Not much change from yesterday. Let's go find our sources inside. Tell us what's going on. No chanting or anything like that. Maybe we'll go dump this bike, make it safer to ride around. All right, we're gonna dump the bike and then we'll walk in. Well, we'll get some pizza and then we'll walk in. This is the refuge of the media this week. Uh-oh, I don't see any sausage or pepperoni. Oh yeah. Yeah, how you doing? The sausage and peppers, yeah? 2 and a soda. That'll work. All right, lunch of champions. Okay guys, we're gonna finish the day off back here. We're gonna grab our ladder, which surprisingly didn't get stolen. There's a big event in the East Room and they love to steal ladders, but I think mine's too heavy. They don't like to carry it. I was not credentialed to the East Room. That happens. It's not that big a place. So we'll go get set up for departure, which hopefully will be on time because this East Room was 30 minutes late. I don't want to deal with that. He might give us some questions today. It's a Friday. He might just stop and take some questions, hopefully. Let's see. Oh, there's a new golf cart. We're in a hurry. Coming on the deck. Whoa! Getting blown over. So the pool was in the East Room over there. They came out directly. We came out this side just as the chopper was landing. Bit crazy. And our football today is Navy.
Turkey.
Sorry, guys. God damn. Yeah. Sorry.
I was waiting for that.
Okay, this is a Presidential Medal of Freedom winner. Don't know which one. But she's in the blue. She's got the medal around her neck. So, and that's Katie Ledecky.
I'm right here. I'm ready to go. Go ahead. Get in here. I'm gonna return the favor. You gotta get in there.
So Katie Ledecky is out here taking selfies with. No, you're good. The White House staff and the press. All right, guys, we are back at GW. Just because we got to get one photo. I hope it's still out here. There was a development while I was in the White House. Let's see if it's still here. So, still about the same size crowd as we saw earlier before we went in the White House. But after yesterday's incident with the flag, the administration or some fraternity, we don't really know who, has decided to come out and make a statement here. I think you guys can see it on the side of the building there. Okay, guys, that's Washington on a Friday. A lot of riding around, not a lot of exciting stuff. The Gaza protest tonight is pretty calm. I think I'm going to just sort of chill out for the night. Thanks a lot for watching. I may see you this weekend. If you're in town, remember the Flower Mart this weekend and the Embassy Open House. Two great events you should check out if you're in DC. All right, bye-bye.